friends, my name is Mani and today we're going to learn relative pronoun with Rcare. So this is a little bit not difficult, but it's easy, and as I've been telling in my videos, we have lots of examples in this video. Here we go.
Relative pronomen, or we can also call it relative Sätze in German language. So, relative sentences basically provide additional information about the subject or the object in the next sentence. So basically we can use relative pronoun also to connect two sentences. So these are basically connectors as well. So it provides basically additional information about the subject or the object. So you do not have to repeat the subject or the object in the next sentence. So whenever in both the sentences, when we talk about a single person or an object, so in that case only we will be able to use relative pronoun. Whenever a relative pronoun is used, the conjugated verb in that sentence comes at the end of the sentence. So that means relative pronouns are always used in a Nebensatz. Nebensatz means verb should be at the end. For example, das ist mein Vater. This is my father. So this is one sentence. Mein Vater ist sehr alt. My father is very old. This is another sentence. Now, if I have to join the two sentences, I can say, this is my father who is very old. So the relative pronoun who has been used here in order to avoid the repetition of the word father. So das ist mein Vater, der sehr alt ist. This is my father who is very old. Let's look at another example. Die Frau ist Maria. The lady is Maria. Sie ist meine Freundin. She is my friend. Die Frau ist Maria, die meine Freundin ist. The lady is Maria, who is also my friend. Now, to use these relative pronoun in a sentence, we have to first learn the cases and the situations in which they are used, how to use them in a sentence. So before you could learn those, you have to learn the table. Again, as we have learned in case system, we have to apply the relative pronoun according to the cases and the gender. So if you haven't watched our video on the case system, please make sure that you are thorough with the case system. Please watch our video on the same topic, and when you're done with the case system, then and only then you will be able to understand relative pronoun. So the table is almost the same. The table is mostly, completely actually similar to the one that we have used in case system. So it goes accordingly. In masculine nominative case, there. In accusative case, it's converted into den, then it changes to them, and same in genitive case, it's converted into desen. So the only changes that occur here in the table are with the genitive case. Otherwise, nominative, accusative and dative case are almost all the similar. Only the plural dative changes, where we had den plus extra n, now it's denen in relative pronoun. And in genitive, it goes like desen, desen in masculine and neutral. And with feminine and plural, we use deren, deren. Apart from these words, all the table, the complete table is same. So let's move ahead to the examples so that you can understand the topic better. First example is in nominative case. Mein Mann ist sehr intelligent, der auch ein Arzt ist. My husband is very intelligent, who is also a doctor. So now in the second sentence, the man is a doctor, or my husband is a doctor. So we are talking about the person only. So it is the subject and it is in nominative case masculine. So we have taken the article there. Second example. Ich kaufe ein Buch, das sehr teuer ist. I buy a book which is very expensive. So again, I'm referring to the book here and I am talking about the book only. So the sentence, this sentence refers to the book and it will be in nominative case. Again, so we have used nominative case neutral. Next example. Die Frau ist sehr intelligent, die auch sehr schön ist. The woman is very intelligent, who is also very beautiful. So now again we are talking about the woman only. We are referring to the woman with the relative pronoun who. So again we'll be using the relative pronoun of feminine in nominative case, which is die. Example number 4. Ich kenne viele Leute, die uns helfen können. I know many people who can help us. Now here we are referring to many people. That means plural case and they are helping us. So they will be in nominative case. Let's look at the next example, which is an accusative case. Der Tisch ist sehr teuer, den ich dir gegeben habe. The table is very expensive, which I gave you. So now in these two sentences, in the first sentence I'm mentioning about the table which is expensive, but in the second sentence I've mentioned that I gave you the table. So I am the subject because I am doing the work. But what did I give you? I gave you the table. So the table is accusative here. It is the object. Let's look at another example. Das Buch ist sehr teuer, das ich dir gegeben habe. The book is very expensive, which I gave you. So here I am giving you the book. So I am the subject. And what am I giving? The book. So the book has to be in accusative case. It is an object. Let's look at the third example. Sie ist die Frau, die ich sehr nett finde. She is the lady whom I find very nice. So again, in the first sentence, the lady is the subject, but in the second sentence, I find her nice. I am the subject, the lady is the object, so she is in accusative case. Dort sind die Blumen, die ich für dich gekauft habe. There are the flowers that I bought for you. So what did I buy? I bought the flowers. So the flowers are in accusative case. Now let's look at some of the example in dative case. Das ist der Mann, dem ich gestern geholfen habe. This is the man whom I helped yesterday. Now, since helfen is a dative verb, we have learned that in case system as well. The cases depend on the articles. The cases depend on the verbs actually. The verbs can be accusative or dative verbs. So, the helfen is dative verb and therefore we have used them here in dative case because the person that I'm helping will be in dative case. Das ist der Mann, dem ich gestern geholfen habe. This is the man whom I helped yesterday. So I helped the man, I'm the subject. The man will be in dative case and he's the object. Das ist das Kind, dem ich Schokolade gegeben habe. This is the child whom I gave the chocolate. Next example. Sie ist die Frau, mit der ich ins Kino gehe. So she is the lady with whom I am going to the cinema. Now here we are changing the article the to there with whom I am going. So here we are changing the article because of the preposition mit. So now whenever we use preposition with the relative pronoun, the preposition comes first and the relative pronoun comes later after the preposition. So she is the lady with whom I am going to the cinema. Diese sind die Leute, denen ich viel Geld gegeben habe. There are the people whom I gave a lot of money. Now let's look at some of the example in genitive case. Das ist der Mann, dessen Kinder sehr frisch sind. This is the man whose children are very naughty. So now here, as we have learned in genitive case, if you haven't learned what genitive case is, please take a look at our video on genitive case from A2 level. Please be thorough with the topic so that you can understand relative pronoun better. So whenever we use genitive case, we are showing a possession or a relationship. So this is the man whose children are very naughty. So das ist das Mädchen, dessen Eltern sehr streng sind. This is the girl whose parents are very strict. So again we are using here a neutral case. Mädchen is in neutral and these are the parents of whom? The neutral word. That means the girl's parent. So therefore we are using the neutral genitive relative pronoun here, dessen. Next example. Sie ist die Frau, deren Name Claudia ist. She is the lady whose name is Claudia. Now here we have used deren because we are referring to the lady. Whose name it is? It is the lady's name and lady is feminine. That's why we have used genitive case of feminine here. Diese sind die Leute, deren Autos gestohlen wurden. These are the people whose cars have been stolen. So now we are referring here to multiple people. So that's why we are using genitive article in plural case. So the relative pronoun will be deren. I hope you have understood better. You have a better understanding of relative pronoun now. But now there's a little bit to it. Relative sentences can also be made with double commas, which are commonly known as eingeschobene Sätze in German. So these sentences, so for example, if I say a single comma sentence, the man is standing there who is very old. Der Mann steht dort, der auch sehr alt ist. See, we have only used here a single comma. But in English as well, we have double comma sentences. The man who is standing here is very old. Now I have used double comma here. Der Mann, comma. Der dort steht, comma, ist auch sehr alt. So now, can you see here? We have used double comma. So, eingeschobener Satz means the slid-in sentences. As you can see here, in the first example, there is only one comma. And in the second example, there are two commas. So, I have slid in the second sentences in between the first one. Der Mann steht dort. Now, I've slid in the second sentences in between. Der Mann, der dort steht, ist auch sehr alt. So we can use both the sentences as per our preference. Okay. So in English as well, we have two ways of speaking and we have two ways of making relative sentences. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you have understood relative pronoun properly, but please practice as much as you can. The more sentences you make, the better you will get.